Hi everyone, I'm here again. I hope you'll join me and post your questions and your comments below. I had some time today and like always, love to connect with you at least once or twice a week and share some thoughts, things that come up as I'm working with my clients, as I'm doing enrollment conversations and so forth. And this week's theme is letting go to grow. And believe me, I've done a lot of that over the past couple of years myself. And I wanted to explore some of that with you today. So, some of the areas that might be getting in your way of having the business that you want, and these won't be news to you, but it's always good to dig down and take a look at which ones are happening for you, are distractions, and those could be just distractions of daily life, but they could also be distractions on, email, Facebook, people selling you stuff, you buying another program and delving into it, and then not working on your current goal or the things that are important to you to grow your business. So, distractions, we'll talk a little bit about that this morning, and other businesses and other business ideas. So, some of you may have a job, a job, or another stream of income that you started that is giving you some money, or perhaps if you're a therapist, you might be working fee for service or a healer or something like that. You're trading your hours for money, right? And it's hard to let go of income that is predictable, income that is, you're getting that paycheck. But what's interesting to me is whenever I've looked at that in my life and I divide out my hourly pay rate of what I'm making and compare that to what I make as a coach, there's no comparison. It's like 1/8 or 1/16 of the money that we can generate helping other people the way you guys have chosen to because you're in this group, right? So when is it time to let go of that? It's time to let go of that other job or other income stream when you are feeling so busy in your own business that there aren't enough hours in the day in order for you to expand. And you're finding yourself working into the evenings and working on the weekends and using every single bit of your time to grow your business. And that's not really life, right? Life is a mixture of having a family and doing fun things and having friends and going places and doing things and even just like laying on the couch and reading a book or watching a movie. So we want to make time for that. And you might think, wow, like I have another business and I owe them something or they owe me something or, whatever it is. But you don't owe anybody anything. It's you, yourself. So we'll talk a little bit about other businesses and how they can maybe get in the way of you growing yours. And then finally, well, not finally, but the big one is, of course, our self limiting beliefs and the things that we say to ourselves when we're feeling like I can't do this or I don't know how to do this or nobody wants what I have or this is just too hard. And those can be very sneaky feelings that get in and cause you a paralysis in your business. So I'm going to tell you a couple of stories of things that have happened to me, real life experiences, and how I worked through them, because I think that they might inform you on how you can work through your own as well. So, in terms of distractions, I find that email and Facebook could be very distracting for me. And so, what I've done is I have put filters in my email of all the offers that come through, and they just go to another section of my Gmail. So, if I want to look at them, I can open up the box, but basically, I don't really miss them. Occasionally, I'll look at them to see what other people are up to in the coaching industry, but mostly they're there, but I haven't unsubscribed because I might want to look at something later. But at least it's not distracting me and I'm not opening and reading all these different offers and things that I could buy. So that was one thing I did. And regarding Facebook, in Facebook, I don't do a lot of personal posts. I use my Facebook for business, so it always feels purposeful. I've also, for this group and for other posts, have used something called Buffer. And Buffer is you load up your little pictures, and if you're doing a group, and it just saves a lot of time. You don't have to be thinking about it all the time. So those are two kind of little shortcuts that have helped me with distraction. Also, I've cut down a lot on the types of networking events that I do and go to, and have really picked just one or two communities that I belong to that I can really give my best to and deepen the relationships instead of running around all over town trying to meet everybody. I think meeting people long term, having long term relationships is the best thing for you personally in your life, and also the best for your business too. Because if people know you really well, they'll tell people about you. Hi, Wendy. Hi, Deborah. So happy to see you today. Love seeing faces that I know and talking about deep relationships. I know these two women very well, and I'm so glad that they've joined for the conversation. So be sure to make a comment if you hear something or have a question about anything that I'm saying. We're talking about letting go to grow. The other thing is learning to say no and only saying yes when it's a hell yes. And I've talked about this before, but I'm really employing that one. It's like, do I really, really, really want this? Do I really, really want to do this? And if I'm feeling like a little lukewarm, it's like, you know what? I don't think so. I can live without it. And whether that's, a TV show, do I really want to watch this TV show? Do I really want to see that movie? Do I really want to go to that restaurant? Do I really want to join that particular group? Do I really want to go out to that networking thing? Is it a hell yes, or is it lukewarm? If it's lukewarm, it's off the table for me. Hi, Catherine. Nice to see you too. And so again, circling back around, sometimes we get caught up in, again, I want to talk about this kind of, I think this is probably going to be the biggest topic here, of being attached to something that's bringing us money, but we don't really like it, and it's not fun for us anymore. And over the years, I have let many, many things become that, and not realized I didn't really want that in my life until I was burned out. And I'm thinking if we could not get burned out and get the aha first before the burnout comes, how much healthier it would be. Sometimes, I don't know, watch a lot of business shows, and the question is, why would anyone want to start a business, right? And if you're a business person, do you know what the answer to that is? I wonder if anybody knows. Why would anybody want to create a business? What's the sole purpose of creating a business? Yeah. You know what it is? What they would say on Shark Tank? The sole business of creating a business is so you can sell it. Isn't that kind of funny? I don't think coaches would ever say that. But most people who are in business and manufacturing, they've invented something. At the end of the day, they're going to sell their business for millions of dollars. And some of you may actually grow your business over the next 20 years and be able to sell it to somebody who wants to take over your list and your people and your community, and you've moved on because you want to do something else. So, why do most of us want to have a business? Why do we want a business? If I asked you that, you guys would probably start telling me that you want to help a lot of people. But at the end of the day, we got to make a living. We want to earn money, and we get to help people. I mean, that's the cool part. Being in a coaching business or being a therapist or a healer, we get to help people. And while we're helping them, we get to support ourselves. So that's kind of cool, right? I get to. But if you have other streams of income that you're dependent on and you're trying to build your business within a small window of time, you're going to start to get squeezed. So what I want you to do is look and evaluate where you are in your life right now, where you're spending your time, and what you could let go of in order to give yourself more time, more expansive time, more time not just to do actions, but more time to dream, more time to write down your dreams on paper, more time to just let your mind stop and be present and let the ideas come in and fill your brain bubble here. Because we get so busy and we could be going down a rabbit hole of a wrong path and not even realize that we're there. And then, like I said, then the burnout comes or the no clients come. And that's a big one for coaches. Work, 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 work. Promote, 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 promote. No clients. That's no fun. Don't you want to have clients? Say yes if you want to have clients. I'm going to check. Wendy has a question. She says she met a woman for coffee who expressed an interest in coaching, and she talked and shared for over an hour. She felt attended to, but I lost control of the meeting. What is a good way to redirect? So I think if you take her through, Wendy, the a free sessions introductory session or a strategy session, you won't lose control of the meeting. That's really important. You need to be in control, even if you're face to face for coffee. It's easier to do one of these sessions on the telephone when you're not looking at the person and you can be concentrating on your notes and what you're writing. So a meet and greet is great, but I wouldn't talk about business during a meet and greet necessarily in person. I would just do that to build the relationship. And then I would say, hey, let's jump on the phone. I'd like to give you a free coaching session, and then do it from your office where you can control the environment and when your headset on and you can be fully present so you don't get distracted and let somebody else hijack your meeting. Hopefully that answered your question, Wendy. And if it did, say yes. And if it didn't, let me know and I will expand upon that. So again, take a piece of paper out, everyone, and write down all the things that might be getting in your way from you growing your business. Are you buying other programs? Are you taking classes that are bringing you away? Are you, let's see, I got some email that's getting in my way here. Are you doing other things during the time that you could be working on your business? You know, you really need to think about this. And if you are, then maybe you can compartmentalize some of that and have, dedicated hours, like 3 hours a day where you're going to be working on your business. If you keep signing up for more classes and more credentials, you're never going to build a business. I think everybody in this group has enough school and enough education to be a coach. There's a little syndrome that I've noticed. I've been doing a lot of free sessions. Some of you may know that I put out a free session offer to my email list, and we had 35 people request those sessions, and I had some help in doing it. But a theme I heard was, I can't do coaching now because I'm getting a credential. I just signed up for this new class, and it's taking up all my time. And my question is, what is that credential doing for you in terms of getting you clients? And I know that my current credential as a social worker has nothing to do with me business coaching and being the leader of this Facebook group for you guys. Absolutely nothing. You don't care that I have a master's in social work. It has nothing to do with this. What you care about is that I know how to create a nurturing community. I know how to lead a group. I know how to do a mastermind. I know how to teach it. I know how to do a webinar. I know how to do Facebook Live. I can help you with your copy. I know how to help you get online. I know how to do all of that stuff, right? But me having gone to UC Berkeley and gotten a master's degree in social work has nothing to do with how I'm going to help you with your business. So I would say, if you're caught up in major learning because you're a learning addict, and major credentialing because you think you need one more thing to write after your name so that people will hire you, you're probably going down a path that is a rabbit hole, that is a huge distraction, because you will never, ever, never fill up your brain with all the things that you want, right? You will never do that. The best way to get clients is to be an expert in your field, to start an email nurturing list, to start a Facebook group just like this one, to talk about how you can help people and invite them on the phone or on Zoom to have a coaching session with you. Going to a class and learning another modality is not going to get you clients. It's also a money suck and a time suck, and it's a huge, huge distraction. So that's number one. Number two is other work that you have that is eating up your hours that you could be putting into your business. Do you really need that $200 extra a week to live? Right? Do you really need that? Or if you got out of your own way and signed up a client for $200 minimally, you could do that. As a brand new coach, you could say, you know what? I'm willing to work with somebody for $200 a month, so I don't have to go to that office and make, $15 an hour, $20 an hour, because you guys are worth more than that. So look at what's eating up your hours and getting in the way of you having the time and the space and the ability to grow your business. Are you using other things as crutches and excuses so as not to expand? I used to think that having major sources of income, other streams, was the way because it protected you in case we had an economy crash again. But what I've learned is you can't do 3 jobs at the same time, especially if you're wearing 3 different hats. I was doing parent coaching and health coaching and business coaching. I was doing all 3, and I was spinning, and every time I went out and people asked me what I did, I didn't know how to answer. It was confusing to other people, and it was confusing to me. Just about a year ago, I went through a major shift, and it was painful, and it was scary, and it was challenging, but I let go of pushing the health coaching. People still come to me, they might ask me, and I will help them. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm just not out there in the world saying that's what I do. I let go of the parenting. People still come to my website, they still buy my programs, they still come and ask me if I'll work with them. Sometimes I will, sometimes I'll refer it out to somebody else that I know that's a parenting coach, right? So, but when you see me in the world, I'm a business coach. I'm a business coach that helps therapists, coaches, and healers get out of the office and get online and create immediate cash flow through masterminds and groups. That's what I do. That's my single message. That's how I'm helping all the people that I'm helping. Thanks, Wendy. She's been watching me during this whole year evolve into doing this because she knew me when I was a parenting coach. Wendy interviewed me for a summit she was doing last year, and that's when I was doing 100% parent coaching, except for the business coaching that I was doing behind the scenes that I never told you about, because that was kind of in my world as well, but it wasn't forefront. So the message today really is to pick the one thing that makes you very happy, that you like to do, that makes money, to let go of all the things that are getting in your way. Self-limiting beliefs, extra learning, extra credentials, jobs that take your time and suck the living daylight out of you. Get rid of those. Dottie says, I just made my first offer. I said they could pay me at the end of my 12 weeks, class of 6 at $3,500. What do you think? I could not get them at $3,500 and wanted to start. Dottie, congratulations on putting it out there. I'm so proud of you that you offered. Get the money first. So I would rather you get somebody into a class that you're giving and pay you $200 for 12 weeks than try to get $3,500 at the end of it. You will not ever collect that money. People will not pay after. People pay before. So lower your rate. Make it a yes. You know the model of my mastermind because you joined it. Use that as a template and enroll people in a way that they can't say no. And if they do say no, what are you going to do? You're going to say, what could you afford? The goal here is to start. And so high five, congratulations for making an offer. Next time, lower the price or go back to them and say, hey, I really want you. I really want to work with you. I want you in this class. What would it take for you to be able to make a payment today? So always get the money first. People do not pay for services after. So Dottie, I don't have enough information to answer that question because I'm not really sure what you're doing here for $3,500. But if you really want to get $3,500 and that's what the class is, then you have to create more value in the conversation in order for somebody to believe that they're going to get a value out of $3,500. And you should have a payment plan for them to be able to make that happen. and they need to pay before the class, and they need to make their last payment before the class is over. That is a standard operating procedure for any kind of program that you're going to deliver, any kind of class. People don't pay at the end, they buy it. You don't buy your car after you've driven it for 5 years. You start buying your car and making payments on it the day you walk out of the dealership. So, and if people buy a house, which I know is your forte, they make a down payment and then they have a payment plan for the next 30 years. So you need to find a way to have people pay you when they start. So that's my advice for you right there. So, see, go about another 5 minutes. I have an interview at 1 o'clock for a podcast, and I'm going to freshen up and do all that. But I want to make sure I've answered everybody's questions today about what are you letting go of. So just post in here what you're willing to let go of to expand your work so that more people can work with you and you can be more successful. The more scattered you are, the less of you there is to give to your business, right? So you want to make sure that you are fresh, you've devoted time to your business, you're free of distractions, you're free of other have-tos, you clean up your head, right? Self-limiting beliefs. You want to make sure that you're working on all of that. And I want to invite you next week. I've made a couple of posts in here in case you haven't seen them. I'm going to be doing a live training on creating your own group or mastermind program, however you want to do that. And it's next Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. The opt-in page is in the group here, so search for it and click on it and register for that group if you haven't seen that post. And I'm going to share all my secrets for some of what we're talking about today, but also how to enroll people month after month after month so that you never have to worry about income or money in your coaching business again. We're going to talk about all of that, and we're going to talk about building relationships. And I really hope that you decide to come and join me and ask questions on the webinar as well. So just make sure you register if you haven't already. I know that most of you have. I know I already saw your names on there. But if you're just seeing this as a recording later, make sure that you get there. And what else can you outsource? You can outsource chores. You can outsource cleaning your house. You can outsource some of your worries, right? Anything that you can outsource is or end or remove the stress from or get rid of the distraction is always great. A couple of times a year, my husband and I, we go over credit card statements and decide what we're signed up for that we don't want anymore. And we just did that, and we just got rid of $150 worth of television. And I wanted to watch the debate the other night, and I'm like, oh my gosh, we can't watch the debate. And he's like, oh yeah, we can. And Facebook and Twitter was putting the debate out, and we streamed it right onto our TV set, and we were able to watch the debate like everybody else. So I don't feel like I'm missing television. If I want to watch a movie, I have a Netflix, and that's $10 a month, and I don't have to do that every day. But just having that not on or sitting there with a clicker is a huge distraction. Plus it saved me, oh my gosh, 150 times 12. That's like a lot of money. I could go away to a beautiful bed and breakfast, maybe twice a year I could do that with the money that I was paying to watch the television, which at the end of the day, to tell you the truth, we watched two channels. We watched Jeopardy, because I like to play Jeopardy, and we watched PBS, which we can also get for free online streaming. So go into your bills. Look at the things that are costing money. Renegotiate your auto insurance. Get rid of all of that. It makes you feel open and great. And then there is a little extra money. You can invest that in your business. So Dottie, this group is a free group for anybody who wants to follow me and learn about coaching business mastery. This is my group. I have over 808 members right now, and it's how I give back to my community and my followers, my tribe, and the people that want to follow me and learn from me. That's what this group is. The other group that you're in, Dottie, is my mastermind group, and that's a whole nother Facebook group, and I don't do Facebook Lives in there. We have group calls twice a month, and the next one is October 18th. So I know that it's pretty confusing on Facebook to know where you are and where you're seeing something streaming. But this isn't a set thing. I kind of decide in the morning if I have an extra half hour, if I'm going to come on live. Sometimes I know a half an hour before. Sometimes I plan it the day after. But this is free for anyone who belongs to the Coaching Business Mastery group. And I'm so glad that so many people have joined. Hi, Loida. Hi, Jessica. So glad you're here as well. We're talking about letting go of what gets in the way of you expanding and growing your business. I hope that everybody today found some value in this, and be sure to post your questions even after I end the call today, and I will definitely respond to your posts in here. My intention is to give you value to help you grow your business, to inspire you to do it. I'm telling you, I'm just a social worker. I was just a social worker. There's nothing special about me. I mean, I'm a nice person and everything, but I don't have, a million credentials. I have the one thing I went to school for, and I took it and I started applying myself and learning from my coaches and my mentors. I don't buy a lot of fancy bells and whistles programs. I don't believe in it. I find those distractions, but I do follow people that have a message that makes sense to me. I like practical help, so I have coaches who actually teach me and help me to implement all the things that I've been able to do over the years. And I'm still growing and I'm still changing. This year has been a banner year for me. I made a switch from parent coaching to business coaching, therapists, coaches, and healers, and it's taking off like I'm pinching myself, okay? A lot of it just kind of unraveled and happened, and I'm riding this wave, but I'm doing it strategically by providing a lot of real help to people, even people who can't afford to invest right now. So that's what this group's about. And I hope you will join the free webinar next week. You'll see the post. Just click on it and register yourself so that you can attend, and probably won't be a replay. I don't really believe in those because people don't really watch them or do anything with that information after. Just a little tip. And I do got to run. I got a call. Thanks so much for being here today. I enjoyed being with you guys. And again, please leave a comment after the call's over and I will respond. Have a great week.